Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review action thriller film, Echelon Conspiracy. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. A young American computer engineer named Max Peterson, Shane West, buys a phone that starts receiving odd text messages. They first advise him to skip his flight, which he later finds out crashed shortly after takeoff. Then, after learning that a particular stock has increased by 313%, the messages instruct him to purchase it. He is then told to bet in a hotel/casino in Prague. He first wins €100,000 on a slot machine and then wagers the full sum on a hand of blackjack, coming up with a score of 21. On the basis of new texts he receives on his new phone, both bets are placed. Then, in the hotel hallway, Max gets into a fight with a stunning woman, Tamara Feldman, and her envious boyfriend, during which he is knocked down and his mystery phone is presumably scanned. When Max awakens, Camilla is grinning over him. He starts out by inviting her out for a drink. Max enlists the help of a Russian cab driver and seeming e-gadget fanatic named Yuri, Sergei Gubinov, to advance his newfound job in gambling. Yuri provides Max with an earpiece so he can wirelessly receive his anonymous and lucrative text messages. His good fortune continues when he wins the €3 million jackpot on a slot machine. However, when casino security led by John Reed, Edward Burns, tries to apprehend him, he is forced to flee. FBI agent Dave Grant, Ving Rhames, who steps in to break up the chase, handcuffs Max and questions him about the phone. Max is terrified yet unable to offer any details. At this point, Agent Grant makes contact with Raymond Burke, Martin Sheen, of the NSA, who appears to be keeping an eye on Max since he is receiving communications from the Echelon computer system, an all-seeing communication surveillance system. Several Americans have died as a result of these messages, most recently an IT professional employed by the Pentagon. Burke recently failed in his attempt to get a law through Congress that would have allowed Echelon to be updated by being downloaded into computers all around the world. Burke ultimately comes to the conclusion that Max knows too much and must be destroyed, but Reed and the lovely hotel guest, who is now known to be Reed's associate, come to Max's aid and whisk him away to Moscow. Max re-establishes contact with the IT expert Yuri there in an effort to enlist his assistance in identifying the sender of the communications. Yuri thinks that the computer is sending the signals on its own and has developed some form of autonomous self-awareness. Although Max and Reed disagree with his plan, they are compelled to leave when more armed men show up at Yuri's flat. Moscow follows with a car chase. Agent Grant's lead pursuing vehicle is eventually destroyed by Reed after he outmaneuvers it and blows it up. Grant is unharmed, but Max takes advantage of the opportunity to exact revenge for their previous run-in. Grant asks Max for assistance in stopping Echelon because he has recently started receiving threatening texts as well. The next text Max receives tells him to go back to Omaha, Nebraska, where he used to work as a computer security engineer. Max, Grant, and Reed all take a military aircraft to return home. When the team reaches Omaha, they discover a bunker-like facility that has been sealed up, along with a cache of servers and an advanced computer system that Max assisted with installing years previously. The home turns out to be owned by a different Echelon message recipient, whose credit card was used to give Max the phone. Max turns on the computer in the bunker and receives a text message telling him to start the servers and link them to the network. Then Echelon starts downloading itself into the computers in the bunker and starts counting down until it replicates itself over the entire global computer network. Burke is informed by Agent Grant at the NSA, but for the sake of U.S. national security, Burke is happy to let the Echelon to reproduce itself all over the world. Burke now sends back additional FBI agents to detain Grant and Reed when they turn against him. While this is happening, Max is unable to halt Echelon's replication countdown until he borrows a concept from the 1980 movie War Games. When Max asks the computer what its main goal is, it responds that it is to defend the United States as it is stated by the Constitution. The Echelon upgrade approval that was lost by one vote, Senate Bill 2330, is described in the publications as a serious threat to individual liberties. Max then asks the computer to seek for articles about it. When the download is finished, Echelon learns that it is the threat and destroys itself. Agent Grant and Reed send Max and Camilla off to Paris as the movie comes to a close, and Burke is summoned to testify before the Senate Intelligence Committee. Back in Moscow, in the concluding mysterious scene, the technician Yuri is revealed to be a captain in the Russian security service. He receives praise for his actions from his apparent superior officer in a conversation that is conducted in Russian. Yuri responds that they'll soon try to restart it, but for now, they've helped the Americans make the right choice, cryptically adding, "I would like to believe." He then receives a text message. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.